Protestant congregations, communities that describe themselves as theologically centrist to liberal progressive, and are part of denominations that trace their lineage back to colonial America. I hung out with brand-name Christians, Methodists, Presbyterians, Lutherans, Congregationalists, and Episcopalians, observing, listening, and paying attention to what is happening in their often ignored churches. When I told people of my quest, they sometimes chuckled. Vital mainline churches? Must have been a short journey. Or editorialized. Aren't those the frozen chosen? What's so interesting about them? After all, many said, repeating the conventional wisdom, only conservative churches can grow. Critics consider the old mainline denominations culturally irrelevant and hopelessly confused. According to most reports, politically conservative evangelicalism is the only vital form of the Christian faith. Other Christians do not even seem to exist. I knew, though, that other Christians existed. I am one, an Episcopalian who has found a meaningful way of life through ancient traditions, social justice, spiritual practices, and emotive worship. The religious right seems to have hijacked American Christianity, and I can barely stand reading the news about religion and politics. Although most of my friends are other Christians too, we feel pretty isolated. So, like the biblical character Joshua, I set off to spy out the land and find some like-minded pilgrims, hoping to discover a different kind of Christianity, a Christianity for the rest of us, by listening to real people in the pews, finding out what makes their churches work, and giving voice to their understanding of the gospel. Sometimes I felt singularly alone in my quest to explore the undiscovered country of vital mainline churches. During the time that I have been tracking mainline vitality, evangelical voices have grown louder and more insistent that they, and they alone, are the true Christians, the ones with true doctrine, true morals, and true politics. The power of their claim was backed by their electoral pool in the 2004 presidential elections. But that victory did not mollify religious conservatives. Instead, their leaders seem ever more aggressive in their attempts to create a kind of one-party Christianity in this country. Indeed, in the week I wrote this, yet another book was released attacking the main line and proffering its explanation for why Americans are fleeing liberal churches for conservative Christianity. During much of the last decade, I have felt like the voice crying in the wilderness. When people asked me what I was writing about, I typically responded, the other Christians, the ones you don't hear about in the media, the quiet ones. A few years ago, not many people knew what I meant. But now, more often than not, they respond, thank goodness, that's me. I am tired of feeling so alone. There are more of the other Christians than I expected. As this journey progressed, I discovered more and more traveling companions. The other Christians practiced this different kind of Christianity for the rest of us, a faith that is open and generous, intellectual and emotive, beautiful and just. In all the congregations, I discovered Christians who are reaching toward new language to express these ideals, recreating structures that embody spirituality, and relocating themselves in larger public practices of faith and politics. In recent years, there has been talk of emerging Christianity, of a new paradigm faith that is adapting to changes in a pluralist, post-Christian world. Some of my friends refer to it as transformational Christianity. Indeed, the mainline churches in my research represent an emerging shape of Protestant Christianity. Or perhaps, as one friend of mine says, your churches are the re-emergent ones. They are moving into the future by re-engaging their best past. Emerging or re-emerging, there is something happening in the pews. Something that could transform American Christianity. Although I have long been interested in what makes a good church, this particular